Good day to all. I'm Armand Samuel Soque and I will talk about biologically inspired optical systems. For the first part, the introduction, since optical systems are involved, we must first talk about eyes of the organisms. Eyes are organs of the visual system. They provide organisms vision, the ability to process visual detail, as well as enabling several photoresponse functions that are independent of vision. Eyes detect light and convert it into electrochemical impulses in neurons. Its resolving power have come in 10 fundamentally different forms, and 96% of animal species possess a complex optical system. Image resolving eyes are present in mollusks, chordates, and arthropods.
Greetings, I am Ulpindo and I will be discussing about camera eyes in biologically inspired optical systems. Camera type eye designs form an image on a retina from eye lenses. They are found in animals of all complexities and sizes such as humans, vertebrate animals, some aquatic creatures, spiders, and other creatures. The human eye is one but many forms of camera type eyes. So how does the human eye work? The light first passes through the cornea and then moves into the lenses. This adjustable structure bends the light, focusing it down to a point on the retina at the back of the eye. The retina is covered in millions of light-sensitive receptors known as rods and cones. When there is bright light, these cones provide clear, sharp central vision and detect colors and fine details. Rods provide peripheral vision and allows the eyes to detect motion and help us see in dim light and at night. These cells in the retina convert light into electrical impulses. The optic nerve sends these impulses to the brain, which finally produces an image. A form of camera-type eyes is the fluidic adaptive lenses. By adjusting fluidic pressure, not only the lens properties can be tuned dynamically, but also different lens types can be formed. Other camera types exist in nature as well, and some of them are capable of doing new tricks that our own eyes can. The species with camera-type eyes with fluidic adaptive lenses are amphibian eyes and fish eyes. Frogs have special movable eye socket arrangements for looking around to detect predators and food. Their socket arrangements are somewhat similar to the design of military optics mounted on aircraft. Fish have fairly complex camera eyes. Some have the ability to see both above and below the water. They have good spatial resolution and color vision. Shark eyes need to handle wide water pressure variations as they range from shallow to deep water looking for food. Since the shark's visual acuity has been sacrificed for more sensitivity to low light vision, it probably sees a lower resolution image than humans. Another form of camera-type eyes is the artificial cephalopod eye. Cephalopods, as active marine predators, possess sensory organs specialized for use in aquatic conditions. Compared to vertebrates, the eyes of cephalopods have no blind spot. This means that squids and octopus can see everything that is going on in their environment and are more aware of predators and prey. They also have more photoreceptors. However, the squid and octopus eye cannot see color because their eyes possess no cones. This means that they can only distinguish between light and dark. Construction of an artificial cephalopod eye involves a critical design issue. The retinas of many animals, including cephalopods, are curved structures, whereas many man-made photodetectors arrays are flat. However, this limitation was overcome by fabricating a unique array where individual photodetectors are connected by flexible structures on top of a PDMS polymer substrate. These S-flexures are a key requirement in the development of an artificial cephalopod eye. Another form of camera-type eyes is the foveated imaging system. Foveated imaging system is a digital image processing technique in which the image resolution varies across the image according to one or more fixation points. Fovea is the area consisting of a small depression in the retina containing cones and where vision is most acute. Eagles need to see long distances with good resolution in order to hunt. They have closer sensor spacing than human eyes, so they are able to see more details at a given distance. Their image processing is carried out using a much smaller brain than that of humans. Some small remote piloted vehicles have been patterned after the eagle. They are not as versatile as an eagle, seeing capability for equivalent elevations and equivalent overall size.
My name is Ashley M. Nuñez and I will be discussing about compound eyes. So what is compound eye? Also known as arthropod eyes, consists of repeating units where each functions as a separate visual receptor. This repeating units is also called the ommatidium, which contains a cluster of photoreceptor cells surrounded by support cells and pigment cells. Compound eyes are divided into two categories. These are positional and superpositional compound eyes, which I will discuss in the upcoming slides. Next is the structure of the compound eyes. A numerous ommatidium arranged around the outside of a convex surface. Each ommatidium consists of lens, the front surface of which makes up a single facet, a transparent crystalline cone, pigment cells which separates the ommatidium from its neighbors, retinula cells, and rhabdom. The composite of all the responses is a mosaic image, a pattern of light and dark dots, rather like a halftone illustrations in a newspaper or magazine. The finer the pattern of dots, the better the quality of image. Like I have said earlier, compound eyes are divided into two categories, which are positional and superpositional. A positional eyes is the most common and original or ancestral form of compound eyes. It works by having each photorecepting system independent from any other, each viewing light from just a small part of the overall picture, only to be then pieced together by the brain into a comprehensible whole. In a position eyes, each ommatidium consists of a thin tapered tube capped with a cornea, beneath which is a transparent crystalline cone through which rays converge to an image at the tip of its receptive structure, referred to as the rhabdom. Each ommatidium is hexagonal in shape and lined with pigment cells, which act as a light barrier between each tube. Because of this, each ommatidium only receives an incredibly narrow proportion of incoming light from directly in front of it, each contributing a small part of the overall picture. On the other hand, superpositional eyes is the individual optical system where it does not work separately from each other, but rather instead pull their light together to produce one single erect image at the back of the eye. Unlike appositional, beneath the optical elements there is a wide transparent clear zone unimpeded by pigment cells. This means that unlike apposition compound eyes, where the ommatidium forms small isolated images to be pieced together at the brain, so there are advantages and disadvantages with having a compound eye. Its advantages are its field of view and dual vision system. Due to the convex array, they have a large scale of viewing angle. They also have fast tracking movements due to the amount of photorecepting units that do not have to individually move to track, and they have the ability to detect the polarization of light. They can also have a dual vision system, which means that they can see both dark and light, and color. This can be seen in pollinating insects such as bees, which rarely get a mature flower mixed up with a maturing or dying one. Their disadvantages are only seeing light and dark colors and do not give clear image. Because the individual elements are so small, due to the principle of diffraction of light, resolution in compound eyes is considerably worse than in normal variants with large lenses giving a not so clear image.
Other biomimetic approaches. The first one is the brittle star eyes. Brittle star is a curious creature. They demonstrate marked photosensitivity and the ability to evade predators, all without readily apparent eyes or a brain. Calcite crystals, embedded throughout the skeletal system, were the elements of an enveloping compound eye. This discovery is used to design process flows for artificial lenses, which also limit birefringence and spherical aberration effects. This may have applications in optical networking equipment and improved photolithography techniques. Another biomimetic approach example is the Melanophila acuminate beetle. This beetle has the uncanny ability to find forest fires for breeding purposes. Females of this species lay eggs in burnt wood where the natural defense phenomenon of living trees are absent. These species are guided by specialized structures, known as pit organs, which are more sensitive to the frequency of the infrared light emitted by forest fires. This discovery is used to design equivalent man-made guidance systems. Heat-seeking missiles, for example, rely on sensors that need to be cooled to freezing temperatures at significant cost. So for the last part, the conclusion, we came up with these statements. When it comes to designing optical systems, humans have been unquestionably creative. Of the multitude of natural vision systems that have been used, only a relative few have been emulated using man-made materials. And it is probably safe to say that none of these artificial systems have matched the performance of their biological counterparts. So thank you for listening and I hope you understand the topic well.